What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. It's been a while since we did a day in the life type of vlog, so I figured this weekend is kind of the perfect weekend to do it because we have some really cool things happening and we're going to bring you along. But to rewind just a little bit, over the summer, Emery found out that her favorite artist, Benson Boone, had a tour stop here in Vegas, and she asked us for weeks and weeks if we could go to this concert, and tickets were a little expensive, and Jesse was going to be working that night anyway. And long story short, we ended up getting the tickets because they have another friend that loves Benson Boone too. So we were like, oh, this would be perfect. I'll take the kids. The concert was last night. I'm going to put some footage in here because it was awesome. He has so much energy. His songs are good. He does like 10 backflips throughout the show. And it was just really great. And maybe one of my favorite memories I will carry for the rest of my life happened last night. And I'm going to take you to Emery really quick so she can explain it. It was so cute.
So Benson Boone came out, he did his backflip, and then he did a Spidey pose or whatever, and my face started going like this, and I just cannot help but crying. So then I started bawling my eyes, and I tapped on my mom's shoulder because I was like, I don't know why, but I just needed her to know. And then she looked at me, and then she started crying, and yeah, I cried for the first 3 or 4 songs, just kept on crying, and it was worth it. I was just living in the moment. It was my favorite concert I've ever been to.
That was the start of our super fun-filled weekend. Those were going to be our only plans for the weekend. And then I went on a website called VetTix. And this isn't like a sponsored video or anything, but I've actually been wanting to make a video like this for a while now, just to talk about how awesome VetTix is. And what it is a website where people who are veterans, you have to prove you're a veteran. So you have to turn in your, there's some sort of document that all veterans have. So you turn that in, and then you get access to events all over the country. It can be concerts, sporting events, magic shows. I mean, you name it. It's pretty broad, the type of events that they have. And so we signed up for this when we first moved to Vegas because Jesse had heard about it. And long story short, this is my PSA. If you're a veteran or know someone who's a veteran that lives in a state that has stuff going on, I looked at Alaska, which is where we used to live, and they never have any events going on. So it definitely helps if you live in a big city. But you can go on there and scroll and just see what events are available. And you could get up to 4 tickets per event. And here's the crazy thing. The cost for each ticket is $4. So total for the 4 of us to go to an event is $16, which is just absurd. And from what I gathered from the website is that people donate those tickets all over the country, probably fellow veterans. But these tickets just get donated, and then it's first come, first serve if you find a ticket. So we got tickets tonight, actually, to go to the Sphere. And Nash is the only person that's gone to the Sphere out of our family. And the show that's tonight is this, they're doing a series that's kind of like EDM, like electronic music. And they do this show. I think there's a live orchestra, and then they have a different DJ, famous DJ, to close out the night every night. So it wouldn't be our first choice of our first show to see at the Sphere, but The tickets were $16 for the four of us, and we are beyond excited. So one of the kickers is that the show doesn't start until 11:15, and we didn't get home until midnight last night from the Benson Boone show. So we're all really tired, but we're gonna rally, and I think the show ends at 3 a.m. Jesse has to work at 10 the following day, so we'll see how long we make it. But either way, we're excited to go see and experience the Sphere. So we had Benson Boone, then the Sphere, and then I was browsing VetTix like I do every day just to see what might be on there. And one of our family's favorite bands is in town tonight. And I thought for sure when I go click on the event, you only be able to buy one ticket or three, or, that it wasn't going to work out. But there's 4 tickets. And so I just snatched it up right away because I was like, we're going to figure out a way to go to this. So the concert tonight is for Band of Horses. So the plan is we're going to go to that from 8 to 10. And then we're going to drive over to the Sphere and meet Jess because he's actually working. And we're going to meet him and then go experience the show at the Sphere. What a fun weekend. This is one of the things that we have loved most about moving to Vegas is just there is always something to do. And sometimes it's overwhelming because there's so much to do, and you kind of have to be like a multi-millionaire to be able to afford to do a lot of these things consistently. So we have been very grateful to VetTix. And before we get into the shenanigans of the night, I want to just tell you every single show or event that we've been to since moving here almost 4 years ago, thanks to VetTix. It's crazy. I mean, I would love to calculate up how much these tickets would cost if we were to just pay out of pocket. It's in the thousands. I mean, the tickets for the Sphere alone tonight, I looked up the seats we got, and it's like $1,000 for 4 people to go. So if anyone from VetTix is watching this, or any veterans, great job. Keep it going. Okay, so we've got, and I'll try and put some footage in here if I can find it. So we've got David Copperfield, really good show. He's been around forever. The Jabberwockies, which is like those dance people from The Voice or America's Got Talent. Beartooth, a hardcore band that we all love, which was great. One Piece Symphony. One Piece is like an anime show. We've been to the Aces basketball game, the Nighthawks, which is like a indoor football, I think here. Las Vegas Lights, which is the soccer team. The NBA G League, which is like NBA, the people right under it. That was all right. A couple comedy shows from local comedians here. The Awakening at the Wynn. It's kind of like a Cirque show, but it's its own separate thing. That was one of the coolest shows I've ever been to. Let's see, Terry Fader. He's the guy that does the ventriloquist, really great. Chris Angel. I think I've been to that now like 3 times, but I took the kids when their cousin was in town, and it was hysterical for me watching their faces every time he did a magic trick, but that was really cool. Casey Musgraves, this one, I had never really heard of her except for one song, and Emery and I fell in love with her, and she has since become one of our favorite artists. Dogstar, who is the band, the music's okay, but the bass player for Dogstar is Keanu Reeves, so that was cool to see him in person. We've been to a super motocross race, the Pickleball Slam with Andre Agassi, and then maybe the best one, last but not least, Mariah Carey. Anyways, I've gone on long enough, so we'll see you next at the Band of Horses show.
let's get started now.
All right, well, we made it home in one piece at 3 in the morning. Well, I should say Nash and I made it home at 3 in the morning. Jess and Emery got here at like 2:30. And that's because since we had two vehicles at the Sphere, Emery went with Jess, I went with Nash, and somehow we got disoriented. We just started walking and we were talking, and 20 minutes later, I'm like, where the heck are we? Can't find the outside anywhere. And we see a service door, so I was like, let's just go and see if we can get outside.
We kind of got lost.
Yeah, we're trying to find the exit. Oh, glory be.
Oh my god.
Okay, now we have to figure out how to get back to our car.
The Sphere's all the way over there.
Oh, what the heck? Somehow we had like walked way far in the wrong direction. And yeah, it added to the adventure of the night, but the shows were incredible. The Band of Horses show at Durango was really cool because we were seeing one of our favorite bands, and then Jesse's folks that are now back in town from Alaska got to come with us, and Band of Horses is one of their favorite bands. So all around, really cool. They sounded amazing. They played all their hits, and icing on the cake was that we all got to the very front row. So it was like the gate, us, and then here's the stage. So couldn't have asked for a better night and time at the Band of Horses show. And then we went over to the Sphere, and that show was just, I mean, I almost don't have words for how cool it was. Like, our jaws were open, you know, like 80% of the time. The visuals were just incredible. The music, incredible. And the vibe, incredible. Like, everyone there was feeling it, and one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. And I think all of us, really. I asked the kids this morning how they would rate the three shows we got to see this weekend, and they would go Benson Boone as their top, which I think I mentioned this earlier, but we paid for those tickets ourselves. The Sphere second from VetTix, and then Band of Horses third from VetTix as well. So overall, incredible weekend. Thank you guys for coming along and watching this, and thank you VetTix for allowing us to have dozens and dozens of really cool experiences here in Vegas. And thank you, Jesse, for being a veteran and allowing us to benefit from your service. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.